Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. So what I like to do is kind of show you, how exactly to factor when you have a perfect square trinomial. And when you're factoring trinomials, you can see there's two examples of trinomials. And I know this kind of looks crazy, so I will give you some examples of this in a second. But basically, the main important thing when identifying perfect square trinomials is one that has a trinomial. You have three different terms. And then also that the first term and the last term are squared terms. And once you see that the first and last term are squared terms, the next thing is you're going to want to look at the middle terms to see if it kind of fits the bill, fits the match of a perfect square trinomial. So let's just kind of take a look at two different examples here, and I'll kind of show you how to go ahead and factor when you have a perfect square trinomial. So a good example here would be y equals 4x squared plus 9, so that would be 3 times 2 would be 6 plus 12x. Okay, and then another example here, I could do y equals 25x squared minus 4 times 5 would be 40, 40x plus 16. Okay, so basically here's two examples of perfect square trinomials. And basically what you guys want to do is identify, is my a and in my c, are those square numbers? So is a squared equal to 4? Is that a square number? Yeah, a is equal to 2, right? B squared. Is b squared equal to a square number? Yes, b is equal to 9. And then over here you have a squared is equal to 25. So therefore, and remember it's square numbers. You know they're square numbers because you can take the square root of them. So therefore, a is equal to 5. And in this case, I have b squared is equal to 16. So b is equal to 4. Okay? So now, once we know that we have square numbers at the beginning and at the end for our a and for our c, the next thing we want to do is determine if our middle term is 2 times a times b. So, which I did not, oh, that's 3. I was like, what the heck? So basically what I want to do is multiply a times b and then multiply by 2. So 2 times 3 is 6, times 2 is 12. You can see this one fits the bill. Over here I have 2 times a times b, which is 5 times 4, which is 20, and then times 2, which is negative 40. So again, this fits the bill. So these are two perfect square trinomials. Now, basically, when you have a perfect square trinomial, oops, I forgot to show this. The perfect square trinomial, when it's addition, is basically just ax plus b times ax plus b. Where when it's negative, it's ax minus b times ax minus b. So, ladies and gentlemen, from the beginning, all I did was identify what my a and b were, and then I had to make sure I could verify. But since I've verified it, I now know what my a and my b are. So I just write 2x plus 3 times 2x plus 3. Over here, I have my a is 5, so I do 5x minus 4 times 5x, minus 4. Now, what's very popular with perfect square trinomials is for us to understand that when you're multiplying an expression or a binomial or a number that by itself, then you can just rewrite it as 2x plus 3 squared. Okay, so more often than not, you're going to see it as something squared rather than the same thing written twice. But basically, ladies and gentlemen, the main important thing is understanding what the perfect square trinomial looks like, and then seeing how you can go ahead and factor it when you split them out like that. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you factor a perfect square trinomial. Thanks.